Okay, let's start this shit. Alright. I just got back from watching the Geek Room's recent stream on the salt mine. And one of the videos I saw was, of course, Shanny being, well, batshit insane. During this video, she was practically addressing Pope Francis. And oh boy, the shit show just never stops with her. She was cursing out Francis for being quote-unquote Luciferian. And honestly, I don't know where she's getting her delusions from. Maybe she's just stealing from G-Man, or Tila Tequila, or Von Helton, or Dark Dawkins, I think his name is. Either way, she has made some outrageous claims in the past. And, This just takes the cake. Now she's wishing for God to punish the Pope and the Vatican? Are you that insane, Shanny? Oh wait, who am I talking to? Yeah, you are. And speaking of, look what I got. It's a frickin' Baja Blast. It's a frickin' Baja Blast. Right here, folks. Folks! That's a one-up on you, Shanny. I drink the nectar of the gods. That's some good shit. I mean, all you wanted was a Baja Blast. I know it's a joke. It's a running gag that the folks at the Geek Room have made in response to Shanny's 2019 arrest after her altercation with Rev. But in all fairness, this is a new low for Shanny. Going after the Pope because you think he demonetized your video or you think he flagged your video? Really, Shanny? How delusional are you? Oh wait, you are too damn insane to think at all. I've seen Chris Chan, he is 10 times worse than you, Shanny. At least his content is much enjoyable to watch, even though it could lower your IQ points just by hearing him talk. And at least he's talking about fictional things. Maybe like you, but not to that extent. You know, Shanny, you'd be better off following Chris Chan's dimensional merge BS and using it as your own. Or maybe stealing his dimensional merge ideas. That's what you should do. Instead of going on talking about how you are God's precious angel or Jesus Christ's daughter, maybe you should go on and say that you are the queen of Quickville or Kitasuna or wherever Fantasyland you'd want to go to, because this suits you more than the Christ thing, because you're making real Christians look bad by default. Spouting out your nonsense about how God will avenge you. And seriously, this needs to stop. And I've seen Drag's stream on you where you're talking about all this crazy nonsense to Donald Trump and how COVID-19 is connected to 5G. I've seen conspiracy theorists that make more sense than you. And that's saying something. Now, and that video you did in your tub, where you're practically doped out of your gourd, do you realize you have kids? Do you realize you have a husband? And you kept crying on and on about how nobody loves you and nobody supports you. When you have a husband... Oh, I'm sorry. Rev is more like a blow-up doll to you. A walking, talking blow-up doll. And that suits him well because he practically is an airhead. Like you, Shanny. Except he looks like more of a... Except he doesn't inflate to your size like a balloon. Honestly, I don't know what's going on in that head of yours. Probably not much. But I'm going to say that you probably are using this whole Christ thing as a way to create your own reality where you're always in the right. Or maybe it's because you want to create some fictional realm where you can escape to avoid adult responsibilities. There's got to be a psychological thing going on here. But what do I know? I'm not a psychologist. I'm not even a psychology major. To be honest, Shanny, you really need help. Badly. I suggest you get off the internet and maybe spend some time with your kids. Oh, and speaking of that, when you said in that video where you claim that your family doesn't care about you, well, Drag has made a good point about that. Maybe if you hadn't been such a complete bitch to your siblings and your parents, maybe if you hadn't gotten in fights with your brother, or maybe if you hadn't talked shit and act like a lazy loser to your mother. I mean, your mother came out with some good points when it came to you while you were living there. You were unsanitary. Hell, your kids were living in hell because of you, because of how you neglect to look after them. And your oldest son is probably gonna hate you for this. I mean, what kind of child would want some shoplifter, drug addict, porn star for a mother? Let alone a failed porn star and a filthy drug addict alcoholic. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if people called Child Protective Services on your kid on you for being a neglectful mother. And I'm not gonna suggest that people should continue calling CPS on you, because they'll do it otherwise. And the fact that your oldest son, William, has mental disorders, not mental disorders, is mentally unstable because of your videos, or because you exploit your son just so that you can get sympathy from people who don't know the whole story. And when you say you want love, You just want people to pity you. Maybe that you just when you claim that you were unloved, no. You confuse love for pity. And that is the worst thing anyone would ever want, is for people to feel sorry for them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I felt that way when I was a few years younger, when I was going through some tough times emotionally. And that would include adjusting to new medicines and feeling all worn out because of school. But even then, I wouldn't ask for people to feel sorry for me. Now, I don't ask for people to feel sorry for me. I take responsibility for my actions. And if I do feel bad, I just block it out and act like it's nothing. Shanny, you're living in the damn past. You should learn how to deal with your problems instead of projecting on everyone else, especially on drag. And you shouldn't go after public figures like Pope Francis or Dr. Phil or Alex Jones or even Nancy Pelosi, for the matter, because that's going to show how much of a hateful person you are. And you are a hateful person. And everybody on the internet, anybody who's seen your content, knows how much of a sick, depraved creature you've become. Because, believe it or not, you're the only one who's responsible for all the misfortunes in your life. You. And I don't think you understand that consequences come at a cost. Well, there will be consequences for what you upload or what you do on the internet. And it's going to bite you in the ass. So, I know you're probably not going to listen to this, or I know you're not going to see this video. You never listen to anyone but yourself. But I just want to say this. In the words of the great Michael Jordan, ShannyForChrist, stop it. Get some help. Okay, that's the end of my video right there. If you liked it, make sure to leave a comment. You can also subscribe to my channel, Rickzilla0825. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Rickzilla1. You can follow me on Twitter at RGHaime91. And I have a Discord now. Rickzilla is my Discord handle. You can find me there. And I hope to see you guys around, so peace out.